Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. After praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, sending peace and the prayers upon His Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Sheikh is welcoming everybody to this new episode. After the Ramadan, the month of Ramadan, and the few days we have taken off during Eid and after Eid. The first question is somebody is asking, is it okay, according to Sharia, to work on programming a system to calculate the rent and follow up on how to collect this rent? It's a company does like rental or house rentals. So this company, that business, she owns all this like units, and then they write like contracts or leasing contracts with the resident or the customer or the client. Its value is higher than the market price. In order to get back the price of that unit as soon as possible. Sheikh says this is like when halal and haram are mixed. So the idea of having that project, it's okay from the like the point of, or the principal point here is it doesn't look like it's fully haram, and the insurance must be like 100% Islamic type of. So the owner should pay that insurance, not the person who rent that unit. But again, such type of issues are common in these eras or these times. Sheikh says that there are many fatwas we have issued on AMJA and other committees or fatwa committees. You can just go and check that up or look it up and try to read this one. Sheikh is also stressing on like dealing with banks. If you take a loan from a bank, it's haram shar'an. It's 100% haram. But if you are establishing kind of like partnership with that bank, so we always say there is nothing wrong with that. Even I doubt that the bank can be a partner with anybody, because the banks actually they give loans and then for the interest. Banks, they don't actually sell houses or they don't sell cars. They actually give loans and make this interest. So the conclusion that let's just follow what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and remember that he said, like all my nation enter the Jannah except those who actually refuse. So they asked him, O Prophet of Allah, who would refuse to enter Jannah? He said, those who do not obey me. Whoever obeys me, he will enter Jannah, and whoever disobey me will not enter the Jannah. You know, if you pay fees, or you pay fees if you pay your loan late, as Sheikh said, all the fiqh or the fatwa committees has or have issued many fatwas on that regard, and all of them have made that haram. That's totally haram. Again, the conclusion said most of these issues they have mixed between like halal and haram. Sometimes the halal is actually more than haram, and the technical support you're gonna actually add to this type of work, to me, or according to your question, uh, does not have anything that you support with the haram thing. So it's gonna be like makruh. But then if you have anything with karaha, you can actually pay a lot of sadaqat in order to purify this money that you make out of that job. The question is, like the family of somebody who passed away. So one of his friends actually bought him the kafan as a gift. Is he sinful to do that? Sheikh says there is no harak, there is no problem with that. That goes under the title of gifting, or giving a gift to your friend. If he has a good intention, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would give or would reward to him. But if his niyyah is not good, also. Sometimes like the family of that deceased person would not actually accept that. It's like very tough on the heart of the people. What's that? Again, as Sheikh says or explains, there is nothing wrong with that. It's like a traditional thing between people. They would give a gift, and that gift would be the kafan, or that cloth that the dead body is actually wrapped in. Third question, Sheikh, I study in an academy, and I learned the science, or the science of Islamic studies. And in addition to that, I really love to read, especially the books of hadith. I have I have heard some sheikh or scholars, they ask me just to read the small books, the easy ones. Uh, uh, as I said earlier, I really read Sahih Muslim, Musnad Ahmad, and I go back to all this great references. I love that so much. Is it okay? Is it right or wrong? Please give me fatwa. Especially I'm in my early stage of learning. As Sheikh said, there is nothing wrong to start with this books like Sahih Muslim. But my son, remember that when you are a beginner or a learner, new learner, you have to actually start with learn the. However, I I I support and I give you credit for starting that type of learning on your own, reading in this like big names. So again, start with the little knowledge. As Imam al-Bukhari said, the man who has good relation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I mean the scholar, the good scholar, is raising people with the, like little knowledge or little ilm before the big one. And also, I give you an advice, or I remind you that getting knowledge, from that personal contact with your scholar or your teacher is the best way to seek knowledge. And whoever has his book as his sheikh, you're gonna have a lot of or many mistakes. And then try to seek a good academic advisor that could help you in that journey of seeking knowledge. It is better also to join an Islamic university. It might be even a virtual Islamic university that would actually put that through like a degree plan. It will help you to sustain seeking that ilm or that knowledge and learn. And I still advise you or remind you that seeking knowledge is ibadah. It's an act of worship. And spending time on that is just like a spiritual sport. Getting into that is jihad in the sake of Allah. And to be among the top, you will have a great, reputation in that. You're going to live in ta'ah, you're going to live in the obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You're going to move from a garden to a garden or a heaven to a heaven. And but my advice again, the last one, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring you this ilm or that knowledge, so then take care of that. Whenever you learn something, try to see or try to see how can I use this ilm to benefit myself first and implement that before other people, before I just go and just teach that. So seek that ilm to help you enter Jannah. Right? Don't think of people that you're going to actually teach them, you're going to be leading them in prayers. No. Make sure that when you seek that ilm or that knowledge, that will benefit you to get your spot in the heaven, inshallah. And then think of other people. So again, be 100% or fully submitting yourself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, seeking ilm for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, seeking that ilm to benefit yourself first and the others. So your first concern again is to take care of yourself before you start telling that ilm or spreading that ilm to other people. Next question, the questioner is saying, I have asked that question before, but I'm coming back to just give some clarification. I have added that fee, late fee, if the person renting that place is late in paying that rent. I know this is not jaiz in Sharia, but this is shart in the contract. And also, if I don't add that condition or that item or that point in the contract, the person might actually postpone paying that rent. Again, I do not intend to take that fee. I will actually pay this one to the all the good deeds like sadaqat. I also can give him that money back. Instead of just paying that as sadaqah, I can give it back to that person. Sheikh is saying again, if somebody owe you money, to be just easy with him is just to, you are fighting back that issue of interest. Either you pay or I give you some extension and then you pay plus interest, like increase. Again, that's haram. Sharia is trying to fight that type of personality, that type of mentality. So if you give him, if you ease things to him, for example, he owes you 100. Instead of telling him I will extend the day or the due date and then you pay, for example, 120. No, what if you tell him I'm going to ask you to pay 90? Look at what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward when it comes to you and approach you. Next question. I'm an approval doctor, physician, who actually review all this pharmaceutical prescriptions, and then he would check if that medication is suitable for the case of that patient or not. So that's under like health insurance. My company work in like a third partner in that type of contract. So Sheikh says like there is no haraj There's nothing wrong in the working in that position or that company. Again, health insurance is a must in this kind of like countries until you have like some Islamic insurance. Next question, somebody says, I live in America. I have a big family, my wife and 3 kids. I live in a rental place. I wish I could buy a house next to the Islamic Center. As you know, the prices of the houses are very expensive. They are range from 300 to 350 K. I could actually save up to $4,000 every month. Can I buy a house through this Islamic finance companies? I've read a fatwa that you can buy this one when there is necessity to do that. Am I in that situation or not? I live in a small apartment and I lose almost $1,500 every month, like the rent. Or should I save this like 4 or 5 years until I buy this house? Sheikh says, well, whatever you cannot use actually is riba, or the working with the regular banks. But if you go for a Muslim company that would secure that money and you buy that house through them, I would say this is halal, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you and get you more of tawfiq and barakah. Next question said, Sheikh, the punishment or the border of or the had of the zina is confirmed by Kitab, by the Quran and Sunnah and all scholars. Especially, I'm talking about the married person. They are talking about stoning the zani, or the one who commits zina, according to Quran and Sunnah. As Sheikh said, this stoning is actually confirmed in the Kitab of Allah, Quran and Sunnah, all scholars and all the four madhab people. Again, don't look at the other books of Khawarij or Mu'tazila. So even if you go back and refer to the the books of Muslim, Al-Bukhari said that Umar ibn al-Khattab said Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent his Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam with all the righteousness, the true message, al-haq. And then he descended his book, or revealed his book unto him. And among what he revealed to him, the verse of stoning. We have read it, we have understood it, and we have actually comprehended. And the Prophet ﷺ actually stoned during his time, and we did after him. And I am afraid that many years from now, people would say, or some people would say, we couldn't find the ayah or the verse of that stoning in the book of Allah. And if they do that, they would get lost, because they left farida that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed. And again, rajm or stoning in the book of Allah is true and right over whoever committed or commits that zina, either a man or a woman. It's in if the proof is confirmed. Another question is like a family issue. An earthquake in a place or a city. Somebody could not, afford it, and then he has some kind of mental problems because of that earthquake. And the wife could not actually, you know, handle it or handle this situation, so she asked him for divorce. He did. But in the court, the lawyer of that wife or the ex-wife, he requested all the rights for that divorced wife. The question is, in this case, she's the one who asked the husband for divorce. Is it khul? Like if it's khul, she given him like permission of not paying her anything. But if it's a divorce, she has the right to take that. And as Sheikh says, the issue has been in front of or before the court. So let's wait until the court can actually make that decision or that judgment. Again, the judgment of this judge would actually clear off everything. A lady sent a question that I am so tired from my husband. I am seeking khula. I would tell her, I have given you the right answer. However, if the wife hates living with that person or does not like living with that person, so either she would ask for khul, or she would actually submit a case to the court or the judge, and that judge would actually give her that or issue her that khul. Sorry. The next question, a lady or a girl asking like during the time of, writing that wedding certificate or issuing that certificate. My dad was not on time, so my brother actually took over, and he was my wali at that time. Then we have conducted that marriage certificate at that time. Is that marriage certificate correct? Now I am married and I have a little baby. Sheikh says there is no haraj. There is nothing wrong with that, because your brother is actually in the next rank after your dad, especially when the father actually has blessed that or accepted that marriage. Is it better? Next question: is it better to stay all the night or pray all the night prayers with Surah Al-Baqarah, or the or the two juz Amma and Tabarak? You know, she's trying. She's if you recite 1,000 ayah, you are gonna be among those who muqantirin. To be honest with you, I don't know what's the meaning of this word muqantirin. Sheikh says, you know, try to be between the two things. You know, sometimes you can read. You know, you can recite from Al-Baqarah, you can recite from Amma and Tabarak, you could recite from Al Imran, you could recite from every single surah and chapter of the Quran. As the Prophet ﷺ has urged us to recite from Al-Baqarah and Al Imran, because they come on the day of judgment as if they just like giving you like or a barrier between you and or covering your body, like they giving you like a shade on that day. Again, if you just stick with reading just these two ayat or this sorry these surahs, that's not like the manner of the Muslim. The Muslim should actually read the inside the whole Quran. Questions of today. The ages of jinn is so long. Somebody's asking that question. It's kind of like many years, hundreds of years. Can or I'm wondering if some of them would have seen the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and are they considered companions, Sahaba? And what is our relationship with our Muslim brothers of jinn? It's very funny question. It's kind of like a question of has no reality in our life. Again, we don't know them. We do not see them. They might see us. But then the whole thing is kind of like unknown, unseen, like reliable for us. So let's just push it away from our, like thoughts and focus on what we need to do to strengthen our relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Somebody's asking Sheikh to make dua for Sheikh Abdullah Kamil. He passed away yesterday in the Masjid of Jersey. He was one of the, again, one of the most beautiful voices. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes him among the shaheeds, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make him among the people who would get this water sips from the hand of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam would give him the drink of that water. If somebody missed many salat, many prayers in the past, can he pray all this fard just with the Fatihatul Kitab, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, till the end of it? No short surah? And only one tasbihah at sujood and one tasbihah at ruku'? Sheikh says, well, try to combine a prayer with a prayer. Like if you pray Dhuhr, pray another Dhuhr. If you pray Asr, pray another Asr. And so on. And just, you know, instead of praying sunnahs, just pay the fard that you missed. And try to make up this one like with each salah. For Fajr, pay another Fajr. For Asr, pay another Asr, and so on. Is it jaiz to is it jaiz to ask at the time of engagement or khutbah, are you virgin? In these situations, you have to be careful because, that's like in a public question. Such a question would be like insulting or outside or out of our, like traditions. So you have to have this good thinking of the other people. Try to be kind. I live in Germany. I live in Germany. We have different times for Salat. Those Salat calendars are. Every masjid has its own like time. I had suhoor, and then I have my breakfast with according to another masjid, and I pray Isha and Taraweeh with a third masjid, where they pray Isha before the time of the first masjid. Is it okay? Is it not okay? Muslims, and especially those who fast, they have to be careful when they pick the right times. Try to stick with the jama'ah, with the group. Amja has an issue. The question, is it jaiz that a man would get married or would marry his divorce wife without talking to her family after like 10 years of divorce? Knowing that the two families, they know that both of them, they would like to get back to their marriage. So Again, Sheikh says like one of the main principles that there is no marriage without wali. So both like virgin and not virgin, actually they are equal in that. His ex-wife or not, still the same. Again, like the wali can give or the can give this issue to whoever she would like to give him this tawkil or power of attorney, and then the marriage would be actually conducted. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it from all of us and make us among those who listen and learn and then implement. Jazakumullah khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.